All right, you guys. Welcome to the WDT call. So excited for you guys. I don't know if y'all are ready. I don't know if y'all are ready for this call. Type a 5 in the chat if you think you're ready. Okay. I don't think you are. Tonight, it's my absolute honor to be hosting an incredible panel. You guys, y'all are in for a treat. I hope you have your notebook ready, your pen. It's going to be an incredible call. So again, I'm super honored to be a part of the WDT family, to be speaking tonight, to be hosting this panel. I see a lot of 5s in the chats. Okay. If there's somebody that you haven't sent this link to, or someone that you know, maybe it's your downline, your sideline, please send them a reminder to hop on this call. We're going to be getting so many nuggets that you do not want to miss. I have the honor of hosting a Nutrition Club WDT panel tonight. So not your average panel. Okay. It's going to be really a lot of the ins and outs of integrating the We Do Transformations Challenge out of running a nutrition club. Okay. So a little bit about myself. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Alexa Abair. I am speaking on behalf of me and my very handsome husband, Matt Abair. We've been in the business for 10 years now. And so 10 years ago, before I got started, before I became a transformation coach, I was actually miserably waiting tables, sitting on my college degree. Oh, yes. Just so you guys know, click for translation down in the corner. You can hear this in Spanish. Just a little reminder. But I was actually sitting on my college degree, miserably waiting tables, looking for an opportunity for positive change in my life. I just didn't know how I was going to get out of the situation. Well, thank God for my sponsors, James and Bianca Donald. So at the time, James was working at Lifetime Fitness, you guys. And write this down in your notes. This is the first nugget. Okay. No means not right now. Like, I wasn't just a no. I was a couple cuss words before that no. I was not interested in becoming a coach, not interested in building a business. And James continued to prospect me. And we're going to talk about prospecting tonight. Okay. He continued to prospect me and, share the opportunity until finally I actually said yes. I got started in the business, you guys. The first month, I put an extra $2,000 in my pocket, and I was like, okay, this is real. Like, I'm helping people get results. I'm loving these products. I'm putting extra money in my pocket. Like, this is it. And so, fast forward 10 years now of being a coach and changing lives and being a part of an incredible movement. And I just have to share, okay, I have never ever in my life been so excited in the 10 years, than more excited than I've been now of where we're going as a company, as a movement, as a We Do movement. Like, in the 10 years that I've been doing this, I've dreamed. It's been a dream to have the app with all the things and, like, man, workouts and the grocery guide, and how can we, be able to duplicate what we're doing without having to be the coach, like, for everyone, and how can we create a system? Well, hello. Welcome to this call. You are here. We've arrived at having exactly that, the We Do Transformations movement, having the app, having the things. And we're really going to get into tonight with how, this app and this movement is really something that can help you duplicate in your business and grow and scale yourself while working inside of a nutrition club. Okay. And so, this first person that I'm going to bring up, okay, get your pen and your paper ready. This person's really special to my heart because he's actually my brother. Okay, my first panelist is actually my brother. In the business for 7 years, it's been an amazing journey. I've absolutely loved watching him evolve and grow as a coach. He's reached the global expansion team level in this business, and so he's up to really big things. He's killing it. Okay. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to my brother as our first panelist, and he's going to share how to be a rock star coach and also work inside of a nutrition club. So I'll pass it to you, Cole.
Thank you so much, Alexa. What is up, We Do Transformations team? Right now, if you are not fired up for this call, I want you to go ahead and get your tea, because I got mine with me right here. Grab your pen, grab your paper, because I got mine right here. And I don't know about you guys, but these calls fire me up, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. And so thank you so much, Alexa, for the amazing introduction. We Do Transformations team. Go ahead and drop a 5 in the chat if you're fired up to learn how to be a nutrition club owner and a great We Do Transformation coach. Because let me tell you, I have been in the game for now 7 years. And before I started this amazing journey, before I started Herbalife, I was 18 years old, lost, broken, insecure. Now, I don't know who's been there before, but it's not a good feeling. And at the time, my sister, I was living in Corpus. She was living in San Antonio here in Texas. And she was coming down from San Antonio, and she was hosting these group workouts. She was hosting these group workouts, and she was around a community that was contagious with energy, was getting great results, and they were making money. And as a background cashier, I wasn't very happy and I wasn't living in purpose. I would crush your eggs, I would smash your bread, but I did it with a smile and I kept it moving. And so when I saw my sister really making a difference in the community, I knew that I wanted to be a part of something that just made me happy. And at the time, I was passionate about fitness. And so I went ahead and was inspired and was desperate for a change. And so I joined her in being a coach and started off as a challenger. I gained 18 pounds, felt absolutely incredible. And since that transformation, I knew that this was for me because I love helping people. I love being able to help people get results. I love being able to connect with the community. And if you love those things, let me tell you, you're in the right spot right now. Wherever you're at, just know that a community isn't one, it's two. It's not just two, it's three, it's four, it's five. It can be anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't mean you have to have hundreds, but right now we're on this call and this is our We Do Transformation community. So I'm super fired up to share with you guys because 7 years in the game now, I've been a nutrition club owner for 5 years, and I'm currently owning 2 nutrition clubs and operate 2 nutrition clubs here in San Antonio, Texas. And a little bit about my current situation and what I'm committed to. I'm a part of the Diamond Development Group. Type a 1 in the chat if you're part of the Diamond Development Group. That's a fire Eric Worre focus group that we're a part of. And I'm also a part of several other focus groups that are inside my organization and some other ones that I've created. And I'm also going to share some results with you guys. In the past 90 days, I have gotten 10 new We Do Transformation coaches, and 7 of those have qualified for the Premier League as far as like for my own Premier League qualification. And I have 3 new supervisors. And the reason I share this with you guys is because I'm gonna be honest with you. My first 2 years of being a nutrition club owner, it was kind of tough. It was kind of tough learning the ins and outs of how to manage my time, how to plug into the event, how to still invite to the challenge, how to still market the challenge, and still be a great coach. And 5 years in the game now, and now juggling 2 nutrition clubs, I would like to believe that I have built a system and structure that has given me confidence and clarity that has given me results. Now, I don't know who wants confidence in their business, but I know it makes me feel real good. I don't know if you're lacking structure in your business, but it's going to help you feel real confident. And let me tell you what else is needed in this recipe for success of being an awesome We Do Transformation coach and also being an awesome nutrition club owner is vision. Is vision for what you're capable of inside of your nutrition club. Because if you don't have a vision to be an amazing coach, other than just being an amazing shake tender or a shakerista, whatever the name is you call yourself, because everyone got a nickname for themselves behind the bar. But let me tell you, in Texas, I'm the best shake maker. Ain't no one can take themselves on mute, so I can say that right now, right? And so whatever you call yourself, just have a vision and belief that you are capable of reaching new heights every single month. New heights of reaching new amounts of challengers, new heights of reaching new club numbers, new heights of reaching new consumptions, having the most events you've ever had, having the most coaches come through your club, whatever it might be. The vision, set it high and make it be something that you want to stretch yourself and push yourself to go to. So I'm excited to get into this training with you guys. We're going to go into the next slide. I'm going to share some things with you guys that I find being the foundation to finding success and being an amazing We Do Transformations coach. So can you go and hit the next slide, please? While we're waiting for that, go ahead and drop in the chat where you guys are tuning in from right now, because I'm fired up. We got 447 people on this call. I know we got plenty more that are still logging on. So send a link to a friend, send a link to someone that isn't on right now. Let them know that this is going down, because we are currently waiting. I don't know if it's my screen or not, but what I'm going to go ahead and talk about then is the strength of your system. We'll wait for the slide to come up. The strength of your system determines your success. Now, what do I mean by that? It means that if you are someone that has your club and you're running errands for, you're an operator in there, and you're trying to come up with the shake special, you're trying to come up with a weekly agenda, you're trying to come up with a content for the club, you're trying to come up with your own personal content for your business, you're trying to juggle ordering inventory, you're trying to juggle getting all these things done, but yet you're also trying to get challengers, and then you get a challenger, and then you forget that you had that. Thank you so much for this slide. And then you forget that you had that challenger, and then 7 days go by and they already sent their money and you already placed their order, but you haven't followed up with them. This is why structure is so important, because as someone who is in several focus groups, who is running and operating 2 different clubs, I still have the responsibilities of all of my commitments inside of those groups and inside of my business. And so what has really helped me create clarity is the structure. And so I'm going to share with you 3 apps that have been completely game changer for my business. I'm going to take a sip of this tea real quick. So number 1, Google Calendar. Google Calendar for me has created so much confidence in my ability to get things done because I schedule it. And I'm telling you right now, scheduling your task and making things priorities by putting it in your calendar and being responsible enough to check your calendar is going to be a game changer. Because let me tell you, once you start scheduling your task, you start creating more time. Because what happens when you have no time? You have no energy, you have no effort to be able to put into your We Do Transformations business, and you're not talking to people and you're not creating time to create conversations. So when you think about it, if you can create more time, do you think you can create more opportunities to be able to impact more people? If you're spending so much time trying to manage your club, trying to order the inventories, trying to get the things done, and you never have time to create conversations, how could you ever grow your business? How could you ever add more consumptions to your club? How could you ever get more challengers that can potentially be president's team members one day or the top 10 We Do Transformation coaches in this challenge? You won't be able to because you don't have the time. So sit down, get clear on what it is that you need to get taken care of and schedule it. Number two, the We Do Transformation app. What has given me so much more clarity inside of being able to talk about the challenge is actually knowing the challenge. I'm telling you guys right now, knowing the challenge is going to be the difference between being able to spit it out at a bar conversation and being able to give them steps 1, 2, and 3. And hey, let me get your number. I'll send you the details later. Nobody wants to wait till later to be told about their life-changing opportunity. They want to hear it now. So leverage the We Do Transformations app and learn the challenge when the start days are at. Put it in your calendar so that way you can have supreme confidence in your ability to be able to have that bar conversation and get those challenges. And the next thing is number 3, boards. The less time it takes for you to create something, the more time you have to invest in people. I want you guys to write that down. So many times in my 5 years of being a nutrition club owner, I have spent hours upon days on creating something, whether it be a flyer, whether it be rewriting the same text that I sent out 20 times already, whether it be getting a new post up for the club, whether it be trying to follow. If you create a system, and this is a screenshot of what mine looks like, this is just my challenge. I have a follow-up one as well, and I have other boards for things, but I created these boards, and this is an app that you can get on Android or on iPhone, and you're able to then create the pre-message. You don't even got to worry about it. You open it up, you click one, boom, send, boom, send, boom, send. Now, the amount of time that it would take me to make one message or create one flyer or do whatever it takes, I can now reach out to 10 more people with that same amount of time because I already created it and I already put it in my system and structure. So these 3 tools right here, calendar, We Do Transformation app, and boards is what's going to be the foundation. It's going to be the foundation for your confidence and your clarity and your structure to be able to have a seamless process for you to be able to manage your club and be able to talk to people, get challengers, and have them be successful inside the challenge and get results. So next slide. Next, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to leverage your club, because inside of a nutrition club, there's so many opportunities for you to be able to use as a tool and as an office, as I like to say. And what we're going to do inside of these spaces is not just serve daily consumptions. Of course, you're going to have those customers that come in that love the shakes, that love the teas. You told them about the challenge 100 times. They still don't want to be in it. It's okay. You got to have the vision that your next challenger is walking in the door and that they're coming and they're going to walk in that door and you're going to be ready to serve them. And so there's multiple different ways that I've been utilizing my nutrition club. And throughout the past couple of years, we have evolved, we have been innovative, and we have been creative. And once the slide comes up, you'll be able to see some of the different things that we've been able to do inside the space. But luckily for you guys, I remember my bullet points. And so what you're going to want to do inside these clubs is you're going to want to use it as an office space. So many times we get caught up in the thought process of being an employee to our nutrition club that we forget that we're entrepreneurs. And inside of your nutrition club, you have an opportunity to be able to turn that into a wellness center to get results for other people inside the community. And so what I love about being in a nutrition club is I can use that as my office to schedule meetings with clients. And what I mean by scheduling meetings with clients is, let's say you have a prospect, all right? And perfect. Here's a couple different pictures that you guys see. On the left side, that's me and our organization doing some team trainings. In the top right, that's me having a conversation with a potential coach and doing the onboarding process with him. Bottom left is 2 challengers signing up. Bottom right is a coaches meeting that we had. And so what you're going to want to do is schedule meetings with clients and coaches. And why do you want to do this? Because it's going to create community inside of your nutrition club, which overall is going to build your nutrition club. But most importantly, it's going to build your reputation. Your reputation is not just another spot where you can get a shake and tea or a shake like any of the other competitors. You're the difference in the community because you're now teaching people how to get in shape through the We Do Transformation Challenge. So you can use a club as a place to meet up and discuss goals, include people on the challenge, and let them try out the supplements included in the challenge and show how to use them. Because so many times, if you're talking and pitching the challenge and you're telling people, hey, the supplements are included, people are wondering what it is. And so bring them to your nearest nutrition club so that way you can sample it out, and you can even show them the different products that we have to offer to include in their package to enhance their results. Get a little sip of this tea real quick. If this is valuable right now, type a 7 in the chat, you guys. I'm fired up and I'm excited to be able to share this with you guys. It's been impactful from our community. It's been impactful from our organization. So we're going to keep it rolling. All right. So next up, we have scheduling meetings with coaches. And this is where I find the most value, because if you could schedule meetings with coaches and be able to educate them and use your nutrition club as a training facility. I'm going to say that again. Use your nutrition club as a training facility. You will be able to teach your flow of beginning to end, to getting challengers, to converting to distributors more often. What does that do for your organization? It creates clarity and confidence. You guys are going to keep on hearing me say that over and over, because in this Diamond Development Group, inside of the organization that I'm part of, inside of the entire company, right? We are creating clarity and confidence and structure to be able to make this a seamless process from beginning to end for all coaches. And so the more you're able to train, the better you are at your craft. The better you train people, the better they are at their craft. So now you having coaches come into your club, and they're bringing invites in, increasing consumption to your nutrition club, and adding more value and making a bigger impact. Next, we have hosting events. You can host all types of events. You can host We Do Transformation Challenger socials, weigh-in days, and have special days dedicated to the We Do Transformation Challenge. And there's so many different ideas. So I have one more slide I'm going to share with you before I pass it back to Alexa, and it's a coach's mindset slide. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. All right, this is my last slide right here. I'm super excited to share with you guys. And so the 3 R's. Take a screenshot of this and write down your answers to yourself later. But what is required of you? What responsibilities do you have that are essential to your growth right now? And what are you currently holding on to that is holding you back? Because so many times we get caught up in the doing instead of improving, instead of being productive. So many times we're trying to do the posting, we're trying to do the orders and the drink specials when we had 5 people in front of us ready to do the challenge, but we were too busy doing the post. What is the return? What action is giving me the greatest return on my investment? Is doing stickering cups for 2 hours really giving me the best return on my investment? No. Delegate that task to somebody and figure out what's going to give you the best return. And then last but not least, what is the most rewarding? Our best work is accomplished when we enjoy what we are doing. If your system right now is not working for you and you're trying to force it and you're getting frustrated, just know your clients are going to feel that. Just know your customers are going to feel that. Do what is best and what you feel most confident in and how you work. It's going to feel rewarding. You're going to love what you do, and it's never going to feel like a job. It's always going to feel like you're an entrepreneur making a massive impact. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to share. I'm extremely grateful and excited to hear the rest of the call. Pull your pins out because we got some powerhouses that are going to be sharing incredible information. So back to you, Alexa.
Wow, you guys, can I get some 5s in the chat if you got some value for that from that section? Thank you, Cole. So I got to say this one again because this one just hit. The less time it takes for you to create something, the more time you have to make an impact on people, you guys. Like, that is it right there. When it comes to scheduling out your schedule and the different apps and ways he showed you to have better time management, like that is crucial. Cole, thank you so much value from that, and fired up for where you're headed. And thank you for those shares. So yeah, you guys, I hope you took notes on that. Great information. Time management is huge. Like, I've been in the game for 10 years now, and I can say, like, when we're producing at our highest and we're just on fire, time management is at the forefront of our mind and mindset. The things he talked about, you know, what action can I take, and everything he just shared is super, super helpful when it comes to wanting to find success in your business. So thank you again, Cole. So next up, you guys, I have a powerhouse couple, and this is like really, really special and cool because they built a millionaire team organization out of Corpus Christi, Texas. So for those of you guys who don't know, that's down here in South Texas. They have an amazing team. They've been up to really big things, but it just got even juicier because they just signed a lease in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which has actually been a dream for them. So not only are they building in Corpus Christi, but they've now moved states. And not only did they say yes to contributing on this call, but they said yes while they're literally building out their nutrition club in Albuquerque. So they are currently in build out. Big things are coming. They've been in the game for 7 years. They're incredible leaders in our organization, and they are going to teach you about behind the bar flow and utilizing social media as well to attract new team members and challengers. So I'm going to pass on over to Thomas and Rebecca Gonzalez. Y'all take it away.
What's up, you
Yo,
guys?
what's up, you guys?
Nice to meet you.
Happy
Thomas,
Tuesday.
Yes, Thomas and Rebecca Gonzalez. Thank you, Alexa, so much. We're so excited. Like she said, we're from Corpus Christi, Texas. I was actually born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, so this has been a very big dream to be able to open up a club and tap into this market, and we couldn't be more excited that we got a huge, just random God wink opportunity that a location opened up, and we're here. We said we're not missing this opportunity. And we're so excited. So 7 years in the business, we're club owners. We have an incredible organization. We're mainly filled with a lot of clubs, and a lot of our team does use We Do Transformations, and we personally love clubs and We Do Transformations. So we're really excited to walk you through how we utilize this.
And the great part is, now being in this new flow of opening up a club and getting back to the basics, we're really just hitting the ground running of back to the basics of use where talk. We're going back to what we did when we first signed up in the business, before clubs, before fit camps. Like, we just go and meet people, as many people as possible per day. So this has been a really fun, a great and very intentional flow right now that we're currently in. So that's why we're so excited to be able to share with you guys and really just get into it, because it's really been going off. So very excited. So we'll go to the next slide right here.
Yeah, super simple with that. So some key points we're going to track on. You guys can take a screenshot of this. Something we heard Jorge say like a year ago, and it really stuck with us. He was giving an amazing talk, and he had said something along the lines like, I could share with everyone exactly what Disney and I have to grow, but no one's really going to utilize it. He's like, not everyone's going to take this. He's like, so it doesn't matter. And that really stuck with me, because I'm like, We Do Transformations is so key, and all it has to do is be worked. Like, we've been a part of how many transformation things, and they've all been amazing, but this one is so top tier. And it's so professional, and it's so much fun, and it's so well done. And there's so many great perks to it. Like, you just look the part, use Where Talk, brand yourself wherever you go, have your business cards, and be able to share this. And this thing turns into a machine for you. That, again, the major back work is done. So it's like, why are you not using it then? Like, like he said, everywhere we go, when we go to the gym, when we go to a grocery store, it's don't leave the building without getting a contact, without handing your card out to someone. Don't leave a building without handing.
Yeah, most definitely. And, something that we've kind of just always lived by, going from, social media being our main DMO and then going into nutrition clubs and all of that, our results always got to be, top tier. That's the way that we always attracted new people into our business, with clients, with, distributors. Like, we've gotten back to the point where we used to be at a point too, and now we're back here because we've really got locked in these last few months. But we used to be able to post a before and after photo and automatically get people just hitting us up left and right. But it was because we were leading with the results. We were on point. We had been posting our meals. Like, everything was done so professionally on our page and in person whenever we met people. So whatever they saw on social media, they also saw reflected in person whenever we were actually there with them. So attracting through the new personal results has been our biggest thing, because we want to be able to promote ourselves, yes, but in the form of attracting, people come with a lot different kind of ease and a lot different kind of energy whenever you're not pushing it down on their throat of what you do, how you do it, and what it is that you are wanting them to follow through with. So attracting with our results has always been like the main thing that we always follow whenever we're either behind the bar or in person.
So that's like the number one thing, especially as we go into the fourth quarter, you guys. This is the best time of the year, in our opinion. This is the funnest time of the year, because while, a lot of people wait for the new year, new me, we want to go into the new year feeling our best. And our job as coaches, you guys, if you're a We Do Transformation coach, take that title really seriously, that you have already signed up to be different than the 99%. So we're going to go into this season looking our best, feeling our best, not waiting for the new year to say new me. That's not a healthy mentality, and that's not what we as coaches get to live by. What it becomes attraction rather than promotion. When you are year-round taking care of yourself, you feel confident. Wherever you go, confidence carries itself to where you don't really have to speak and like show yourself off when you're confident. When you're just really happy with how you feel, it shows. So be the best coach you can be the walking billboard you can be through this fourth quarter, and watch how people will see, like, dude, what do you do? Like, my gosh, like, you look amazing. And it's whatever, Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, like, you look better than before going into the new year. Like, what are you doing? So take your job as a coach, a transformation coach, really seriously, and we invite you to get the best results in this fourth quarter.
So going off of that, so like we've been saying, having current results, having updated results to show. So not only for your own personal results, but having the clientele as well. So, something that we like to make sure that we're doing as, of course, being the rockstar coach is, leading our challengers to be able to, at the end of that, have the result before and after photo to be able to show not only our new people or be able to post on social media, but having that's like the golden ticket to showing people, like, I as a coach can actually get you results. Like, I as a coach have the knowledge, the confidence, the information backing me. I have everything that I personally need to be able to get you the best results possible. That comes with having the current and the updated results photos of, like we've been saying, not only ourselves, but also our clients to be able to show everybody. That's the gateway.
So we use that. So wherever you're at, remember, if you want your business to grow this fourth quarter and you're utilizing We Do Transformations, you're walking by people all the time. So please don't tell me that your business is not growing as you walk by hundreds of people every day. Respectfully, you're just not advertising, or you're not doing your job as a coach to get clients and to be sharing this amazing opportunity. So don't walk through grocery stores or schools or whatever it is. That is opportunity that is passing you. So do your part to take full advantage of that. Now, if you work in a nutrition club, which again, we love to, we're building out our second one right now. This is the best thing you can do. How you want to do this. Like, if people have 2 cups in their hands, like we heard Justin Wilson say this one time, and we've taken it like so seriously. If you have people that have a shaken tea in their hand and you let them know, like, it's their second time coming back in, and you let them know, like, I'm so glad you love this. Like, what do you love about it? And they're going to tell you what they love about it because you are excited and you're like letting them be seen by like your back and you're loving this. Like, what do you love about it? And they're going to tell you, and then you can simply let them know. Do you know that if you take these 2 cups and get 21 days or 30 days worth of these at home, it automatically enrolls you into our 21-day challenge. Like, could you do this for 21 days with me? And then on my phone, I love having, how you can have an album. I have an album automatically with all the before and after. So that way it is so professional and it's so quick. We're able to pull up our phones and just say, here's the transformations from last month throughout the year we've been doing this. It's amazing. And again, you just simply take this shaken tea. It'll automatically enroll you, has everything it comes with. And you'll have a chance to win $10,000. We give $10,000 away every single month. 10 different winners, each win $1,000. Like, would you like to sign up with us? We would love the chance to work with you and to coach you. Like, give that kind of excitement to people and let them know that literally what they're already loving, if they put that and buy that in a cart and they take this home for 30 days, they're automatically enrolled to this greatness. Or we do love to use when they announce the, how do you say it? The club credit. The club credit is amazing. You can tell people, or you can pay for $120 worth of shakes up front, and then you'll just come in and it's a great accountability. We use the club like crazy. Like, it's so easy to ask people, what do you do? And they'll ask us, what do we do? And we simply say, we're transformation coaches. We help men and women feel and achieve their best. And then we let them know this is what we do. Such a simple tool. Again, if it's used, this can be worked like crazy.
And the main thing with this is being intentional with the conversations you're having. And, it gets so easy to fall into the flow of being behind the bar of, you're busy, or you have, like Cole saying earlier too, you have all these things to do in the club, of all that the club entails. It gets busy in the club, but we try to make sure we're staying intentional with the conversation, because we don't want the day to go by where we've had, our personal club back in Corpus had 70 to 80 people throughout the day coming through. So it's like, we want to be intentional. We have a lot of influx of people coming through this, and using the club as a funnel, using social media as a funnel, but making sure that we're staying intentional with the conversation, because we don't want to miss something. Like, it's in the ear hustle. Whenever somebody's saying, they're tired or they're this or they're that, typically the challenge and retransformation plugs almost to anything. Whether they're tired, they need energy, whether they're overweight, whether they want to gain muscle, whether they want money, like whatever it is, like the challenge can actually be plugged into so many different conversations. But as long as you're, using the ear hustle, you're actually listening to what they're saying, you can actually find a point to be able to insert this into the conversation and automatically spark a whole new excitement of what it is that you're currently into. So the ear hustle and being intentional on the bar is definitely a big key with what we do.
And just a reminder of that, if you are in a club, I know it's easy to fall into the like, it's just so busy, but remember the club is there to help you build your business. It was not designed to keep you stuck in four walls again, especially if you do this like full time. This opportunity was meant to propel you and almost give you like a, fast track, so to say, to be able to reach more people at a quicker rate. So don't turn into just this professional shake maker and professional bartender. Like utilize the challenge with your club, merge them and be super, super intentional. And then our last thing that we do, we recently just got this amazing couple in our front line and we got them and they decided to be We Do transformation coaches and they're about to hit supervisor. And it's again, like he said, ear hustle. We were talking and we made a great relationship with JC and Timothy. And, they were saying they could use an extra income. They both have full-time jobs and they've been watching for a few months and they were able to see this is something that we can incorporate into our lives. We love the products. We love the community. Once they saw the app, it was like, oh my gosh, we have so many people that this can help. And they have been using We Do transformation solely to grow to supervisor. And they are like, it's like tonight or tomorrow, they're going to be brand new supervisors and they've been doing amazing. So again, when you're able to listen to people, and if someone's looking for an extra income, don't overcomplicate it. It's, do you keep your income options open? Like we can show you how to make an extra $2 to $3 to $5 to $1,000 from your phone around what you currently do. Is that something you'd be interested in seeing the business plan about? And it's like we tell people, we have a part-time business plan, we have a full-time business plan. When can you sit down, today or tomorrow? We'd love to show you the business plan. So just keeping it, to me, this is the old school, like fun, simple, magical. Just keep this fun. Just do the system. The system is already built for us. Don't overcomplicate it. Just freaking work it and have so much fun. And especially as we go into the fourth quarter, you guys, remember, there is no bad quarter. The only quarter that's bad is the one that you don't work. This can literally be the best quarter that will set you up for 2025. I can't believe we're going to say that. This can literally set you up for the new year. If you're doing your job of planting the seeds, doing the work, you be the consistent coach, you get the best results, you talk about this day in, day out in person or in your club, light that fire, be attached to the effort, not the outcome, and trust that if you do the work right now, it's a fun freaking January through the summer. When you do the work and pin changes happen and you just see the natural influx due to what you sow, like is what you'll reap. So you guys, that's our time. Thank you guys so much. We hope this really helps. And again, fun, simple, magical. This will work if you work it. So work the heck out of it. Have a lot of fun.
Wow, you guys. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Did y'all hear that last line right there? There's no such thing as a bad quarter except the one you don't work. That right there is spot on. Thank you guys both for all the value you just added, and shout out to you guys. Big things coming in Albuquerque, and yay for new supervisors loading. Excited for you guys. So biggest takeaways from that, so many takeaways, but just the ones I'll highlight is like, what is your latest results? Okay. Cause like maybe some of you guys type a 5 in the chat if you're brand new on the team and you're getting your results, things are incredible. Type a 7 in the chat if maybe you've been in the game for 2 to 5 years. Okay. Sometimes it happens where we start to fall off our meal plan, or we're maybe not, keeping it at the forefront of our mind. And maybe some of you guys are where I'm at, 10 years plus. And again, we fall off and we're just kind of like, I don't know, my business isn't really working. I'm not really too motivated about my meal plan. Like your results, let the results do the speaking. Like you can put yourself in a great position to win and to attract when you are focusing on your physical self and your results. It makes it so much easier. So thank you guys for highlighting that. Seriously, I'm just not to flex. I am pregnant and still have results. Like you don't have to have things be a crutch or an excuse. I know that a lot of times we try and find excuses, and it's like, hey, got to keep it 100. And thank you for Rebecca for sharing and just being honest for both you guys. You got to get results, and it doesn't mean that you have to have abs. It doesn't mean that you have to be in some like ridiculous shape. It just means that you have to be working on progressing and getting better and showing people that you're working on yourself. Again, don't have to have abs, but are you progressing and are you sharing that journey? And so thank you guys for all the value. Amazing job. And so, okay, you guys, we've heard from a Get team member. We've heard from now Millionaire team members. And now, okay, you guys are going to get to hear from a President's team member. Okay. And I've personally worked besides Sean. He's been a brother of mine for literally, he's been in the game 11 years, started a little bit before me. But for 10 years now, we've worked together. He is a brand new father. And so the cool thing, guys, is you're kind of getting to hear from a mixture of people, right? You're getting to hear from a power couple. You're getting to hear from my brother who's single. You're going to get to hear from Sean, who actually has a new little one, a beautiful daughter, Romy, and his wife as well. So he's working this around not just having a nutrition club, but also being a brand new dad. And so type a 5 in the chat if you're a parent. You guys know what that's like. We have a 3-year-old right now with one on the way. It could definitely get a little crazy. Okay. So without further ado, Sean, I'm going to pass it over to you and take it on over.
Awesome. Thank you, Alexa. I appreciate that. What's up, WDT? Thank you, Cole, Rebecca, Thomas. I mean, really, they said everything that needs to be said. So I'm going to kind of try to tie a bow on this whole thing. So like Alexa mentioned, 11 years in the game now. For me, started in San Antonio, Texas. I know we didn't say where we're from, but pretty much most of us are started in San Antonio, Texas, and then kind of branched off. So outside of Austin, Texas right now. One of the things, a little bit about my background, I won't go too long into the story, but, I started Herbalife simply just to lose 15 pounds. Like really, that's all I wanted to do is just get under 200 pounds. And then I was planning on riding off into the sunset and going on about my business. I was a former insurance adjuster, so used to travel all over the United States, worked out of my car, ate out pretty much all day, every day. And the shakes for me just made it so I don't have to eat out 3 times a day, cut it down to one. And for me, that was a win. So I went on to lose 49 pounds on the products, felt amazing, started looking younger, feeling younger, and that naturally led me into the business where people kept asking, what am I doing? Went to an event called Extravaganza, which was actually my very first event, which was ironically, I believe, Disney and Jorge's first event also in Vegas. They just went a little bit faster than I did. But was still a client at that time. That was back when you can, be everybody was a distributor. So after that event, started taking the business a little bit more serious, started taking the products a little bit more serious, which is actually key, on how you decide to, maybe we have some new distributors who are on the line. If you signed up within the last 90 days, if you can put a 1 inside the chat, what really changed for me in my business, I would say within the first 6 months, welcome to all the new people, is I just simply started taking the products with a little bit more intention. And this is key, especially on how you guys decide to coach your challengers. It's easy to, just wake up, have a shake, maybe I'll meal prep, maybe I won't. Maybe, I'll take the tea, maybe I won't take the tabs today. You just kind of go through the motions, especially for the people who have been on the products for years now. But I remember specifically that after that event and after seeing other people and how good they looked, practically, I'm like, well, hold on, I need to be on the 24 line. What are these tablets all about? Like I started like really taking the products with intention. And that's how like my 30 to 60 day weight loss transformation was crazy. And that pretty much, launched my business from there. So since then, we've worked challenges pretty much since we started. We've done fit camps since we started. And now, me, Alexa, and pretty much everybody on the call, we actually utilize pretty much all of it, including Nutrition Club. So, one of the things we didn't mention is we never really got away from the fitness part. We never really got away from the social media part. We just kind of tied everything that we've learned as far as being results, social media, fit camp, and just brought all that inside of a physical location, which is, called our Nutrition Club. But we utilize everything because everything works, if you work it, especially with intention. So since then, we started We Do Transformations. I wouldn't say like from the beginning because I know they ran this before, but pretty much from the beginning of the year, I believe February. I've had 2 challenge winners. One of those winners went on to become a coach again, hit supervisor strictly through the challenge, and hit her first cut of active supervisor last month, and on the way to second cut active supervisor strictly through the challenge. Okay. So this is what I mean by coaching your people with the intention of winning. So one of the phrases I use is, are you trying to participate in the challenge? Or are you trying to win? Because if you're trying to win, that's going to come with a different level of intensity. It's going to come with a different level of accountability. And I'm going to push you to try to be in the top 10. So if you can go to the next slide. What I'm going to cover, guys, is basically some hacks to increase the interest and growth. Bex and Thomas kind of, touched on basically how to draw interest into getting coaches, either from behind the bar, like they said, when they're out, at a grocery store or somewhere, they never leave a building without giving somebody a flyer, or getting somebody's contact information. So that does apply whether you have a club or not. If you guys were on Jorge's call last Tuesday, I believe, he was basically talking about the whole business is about networking. And he made a comment about, I bet most people who are on the call, when you're in the gym, you work out with headphones on. And I'm like, shit, I always work out with, headphones on. Maybe I just have one because I have the earbuds just so I can kind of hear what's going on. But he basically stated that when you do that, you're kind of shutting yourself off. And for everybody who's inside of the Diamond Mastermind, we're actually reading a book of how to make people like you within 90 seconds. And a lot of this has to do with body language and how you approach yourself and how do you open up yourself to, receive conversation. A lot of this stuff is done like in the first 10 seconds without you even saying anything. So, that's one of the main things is all business is conversation slash networking slash marketing. Okay. So as far as a club is concerned, basically what we do is always greeting people. The name of the book is Cole, I'm pretty sure you can type the name of the book in the chat, but I think it's How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds. So all conversation is all business is conversation, guys. So behind the bar, obviously, we know that they're coming for a shake and tea, right? Like it's pretty obvious, or else they wouldn't be there. But that's not going to get you a challenger. That's not going to get you a coach. So you have to be aware of, of everything. Are they coming with kids? Are they wearing workout clothes? Are they, in scrubs, coming from work? So a lot of these things you can kind of like size somebody up in the first like 5 or 10 seconds of them coming inside of your nutrition club. So if I see somebody in workout clothes, I'm like, oh, did you just work out? Where did you work out at? Like we're about to have a full-on conversation before you tell me what kind of shake and tea you like. I want to know where they worked out. What did you work out on? How often do you go? Not weird, but I'm inquisitive because I'm intentional. Okay. Because number one, we also offer workout. Number two, I can probably tell that they're trying to get some form of results because they're in action, right? So now I have an actual tool, a funnel to be able to help them get the results a little bit faster. And that's where the marketing comes in. So this is just some of the pictures that we have up inside of our nutrition club. So the one that actually has the what's included in the challenge and the price packages. I have this on a picture frame right by the cash register. So after I'm done kind of, asking the questions, again, not making it weird, but just kind of asking the questions, as I'm making their shake and tea, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, and I just point to the flyer, we run a 21-day challenge. This is some of the stuff that comes in it, and then I leave. Like I don't try to do a whole presentation because the information is like right there in front of them. So again, I kind of leave them guessing, make them read up on it, while I'm making their shake and tea. I have result photos, Bex and Thomas kind of mentioned that. So I'll have result photos kind of on the wall. We also have a TV that has pretty much a slideshow of all this stuff running over and over again throughout the club. So If I come back and I'm getting ready to check them out, I ask, do they have any questions? And one of the things you guys want to have, or one of the things that's made it super easy for me, is having a way to capture the customer's information quickly, right? So again, you don't typically have all day, especially if they're coming for lunch or, people are busy. So we have a QR code, which is basically a jot form. You guys can go to jotform.com. It's free, and just do like a questionnaire on there. I believe you get like 5 forms for free. You can create a QR code that you can actually put on one of these flyers, or you have a link that you can just text it to them real quick, that they can fill out their name, their weight, their goals. Have they ever tried Herbalife before? How soon they're looking to get started? Just simple questions like that. So you want to be able to have something that captures people's information quickly, so that you can go back and follow up at a later time. Because again, you might not have time to be doing a whole presentation when somebody, is coming in from the lunch, or they're tired, or, etc. So those are like really the main points of how you guys can start increasing the interest and growing your customer base. So the reason why I say it's important for you guys to grow your customer base is because you can actually recruit from your customer base. For me, what's worked for me is typically the people who have seen the most success inside of the challenge, inside of the business, is someone who has gone through the challenge themselves, who has experienced the app, who has experienced the workouts, who has experienced the cooking videos, etc., because they're able to share that to their own circle of influence from a more authentic place, right? So instead of reading off a script, instead of just posting the marketing material, which is amazing that that We Do Transformation provides from us, that person can actually share their own personal story of how they went through the challenge, the results that they got. And typically it winds up being a little bit more comfortable of a conversation for them to get their first challengers, right? So this whole thing is basically a funnel to bring in customers, get your customers results, right? So we do want to bring in people, make sure that they're getting results, make sure that they love the products, make sure that they love the value that's being had, and then we want to get those people into distributors. As far as, has anybody noticed your results? Do you have anybody else that would be interested in joining the next challenge with you if they're not ready to become a coach right away? We always want to continue to re-enroll them, and have them bring other people with them. So, from the club, it's, again, networking is probably like the number one, I would say. Networking is everything. So, somebody said like the conversations you don't have probably cost you millions of dollars. The person you don't talk to at the grocery store, the waiter you don't invite, the person at the gym that you see that would be a great coach that you don't offer the opportunity, has probably cost you a lot of money. And as a president's team member, I can go through my tab team, and how people came into the business, and all of it was conversations. For me, none of these people were people that I grew up with. I didn't go to high school with them. I didn't go to college or anything. This was all conversation, networking, friend, bringing other people along, and those people wind up having major success inside the business. Some of them came from Nutrition Club, as far as being a customer and me being intentional, asking the right questions, making sure that they, felt heard, seen, loved, encouraged, to come back. And it's not always going to be on the first encounter, right? Sometimes you guys have to be, I don't want to say annoying, but persistent, but more so, consistent. So if you're going to be in this thing, especially for the next 90 days as a coach, understand that some people might not be ready right now, but you get to, like Bex and Thomas said, just increase the activity going into the fourth quarter. So if people are continuing to tell you, no, no, I'm not ready, I can't afford it, and you start to post less, you stop posting the flyers, You stop posting the enrollment. Maybe you haven't even posted about October challenge yet. You're falling right into the reason why they're not getting started in the first place. Right? So when people tell you no, it's one of the things that I shared with one of my coaches. When people tell you no or they feel like they're not ready, you have to increase your activity. Start tagging them in your workout videos, start tagging them in your shakes, start tagging them in your, transformation photos and everything. You should start like getting on their nerves to where they block you because you're holding for their higher self, right? Especially in this time that we're in, it's time that we start holding for people's higher self and what they could be, because a lot of people are doing the opposite. So don't ever feel like you are, bugging people. You are going to be an interruption, and that's what it takes to cause a transformation. So it's not when we get ready to do a transformation challenge, it's we do transformations, which means you have to stop doing the stuff that you did yesterday. And today you're going to be on a new path. And that unfortunately is uncomfortable for a lot of people. Okay. So you guys got to have the confidence in this machine, have the confidence in the leadership. I can speak because I see the work that the leadership is doing behind the scenes, guys, and it is freaking amazing. The collaboration, a lot of these people do not get paid off of, you guys is personally getting clients, you guys personally getting supervisors, but yet, they're still willing to do these calls on Tuesday. They're still willing to deal with the tech support to make sure the app is working, to answer questions when people can't get signed up, all the little stuff that makes things go. Really kudos to the leadership. So it's our job just to go out and get the people and represent the brand with integrity and confidence. Okay, especially going into 2025, because you guys know what's about to happen in January. So I say we start now. I say you increase your results, increase your passion, increase your intention, and it's going to increase your challenges. So that is my time. I'm going to pass it back to Alexa to close out the call.
Wow, fire me up, Sean. Oh my gosh, you guys type a 5 in the chat if you got value from that, because I know I got so much value. And you guys, like right now, more than ever is the time to turn up, without a doubt, because like he said, we're headed into January, we're headed into 2025, and this right now is the season. Like these next, I think we have a little more than 90 days left within the year, but this is the season right now where you get to stand out. Like Grant Cardone says, what everyone else is doing, the majority do the opposite. People are about to start putting on weight, spending and watching their bank accounts go down as they're buying gifts for the holidays and all the things that come around during the holiday season. And now is our time to really transform, right? And whatever you've been doing, if it's been working, great, increase that action, continue doing it. If it hasn't been working, then make a change. It's time to transform. And there's absolutely no reason why we don't have 5,000 plus coaches buying into this thing. Because here's the thing, like the reality is there's so many different fitness apps and supplements, but nobody has what we have. Nobody is backed by the #1 nutrition company. Nobody has a marketing plan like we do. Nobody has the leadership, like who you have access to inside of this. I'll never forget our very first event when we went to Extravaganza in Chicago and we heard Disney and Jorge speak. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow. There's other couples doing this. And just over the years, seeing the evolution and being able to have access to leaders like them and so many other incredible leaders who are plugging into We Do Transformations. Like you guys have no idea. I'm just sharing from 10 years of experience in being in the game. For some of you new, 1 year in the game, 2 years in the game, or just a couple months, you have an opportunity like no other right in your hand. And each and every one of us have been blessed with this opportunity. And it's like, what are you going to do with it? The ball is in your court. What are you going to do with it? And, as we head into this season, right, it's easy to stand out. And it's also easy to fall into what everyone else is doing. It's easy to just say, hey, I'm around family, like kind of start going back into a negative mindset. I'm around my family. It's kind of easy to just start eating what they're eating or doing what they're doing, or not necessarily just family, but your friends who you're around, right? And so now more than ever is the time to work on yourself mentally, work on yourself physically, get around the right people, seek mentorship, set up meetings. All the things that they just shared are incredible for crushing it inside of a nutrition club. And also, just so you know, you don't have to own a nutrition club to crush it inside of this business, Majority of the people in Matt and I's organization do this part-time. So also, if you think you have to be full-time to find success, no, you don't. My sponsor, Bianca Donald, just wanted an additional $500 a month, just a part-time extra income. Little did she know that she was going to sign up an Alexa who's like, hey, you know, I can make X amount, like sign me up. Like that's what I want. And I'm going to go crazy over here type of, you know, vision. And so like, imagine you're a part-timer and you're doing this part-time and you might find somebody who was a no, because just so you guys are clear, again, I'm going to rewind. Like Sean was saying, if they say no, you've got to, James was annoying me. Like he was actually really bugging me every time I went into Lifetime. He was literally at the treadmill when I was mid sprint at an incline, sweating, not wanting to talk to anyone. And he was like, you and Matt would make a great coach. Have you thought about doing this business? And I'm like, not you again. Oh my God, stop asking me. But here we are today. It's forever changed my life. Okay. And there's so many people, everyone on this call, I'm sure can say that this has helped them transform, or it's changed their life. And they've been given now the gift to help transform other people's lives. So it's like, man, what if he would have just taken no for an answer? So think about the action that you're taking right now and the no's that you're probably getting. We should all be getting no's. And if you're not, you're probably not presenting this to enough people, but the no's that you're getting that can turn into yeses, and what can come from the ripple effect of that, right? You seeing it for someone. And I always ask James, like, what made you keep asking us to do this? And he's like, I knew that once you caught the vision of what was possible inside of this, I knew that you'd be in forever. And so I want you guys to really think about, you know, what do you want over these next 90 days? Some short-term goals, set some short-term goals for yourself. What do you want to accomplish with the We Do transformations? How many new challenges do you want to get? How many coaches do you want to get? How do you want to transform over these next 90 days? And also some long-term results, because this is network marketing. It's not, if you're coming in this with one foot in, one foot out, and you're just kind of like, let me kind of jump on the app. Let me kind of do the deal. Like, I'm just going to keep it real with you. Like, you're probably not going to find success. And as even as a part-timer or full-time, whichever, you know, position you're in, having a mindset of, let me go all in and give it 100% and see what comes from that. And 10 times out of 10, the people who actually put in the effort, take it serious. This is business. You take it serious, you're going to get great results, you know, find success. And so I'm just super excited for where we're headed. We Do Transformations is an incredible movement. You guys, like I said, we're extremely blessed to have this app. Extremely blessed to have heard from the speakers we've heard from. Type a 5 in the chat again. Let's give it up for incredible panelists tonight. Who are all utilizing this, who are growing their business by, again, working and using the tools we've been given, right? So without further ado, if that's going to be the end of this call, thank you guys for logging on. Super, super excited for where we're headed. We'll see you guys in the chats. Let's make sure we crush October. We go get challengers. We bring in new coaches. We take this thing worldwide like we already are, and we have an incredible end of 2024. See you guys on the next call.
Thank you so much.